We should be live. Should be live very soon. Yeah, very cool. What is going on, everyone? How you guys doing on this fine, beautiful day? I got this good-looking young man here. He just turned Jim, 21, 22.
Absolutely.
Okay. He's both. He's both together.
Put them together and add a few. We're almost there.
Together. And we got something. So I'm super excited for this interview. I feel like we've tried this in the past. Life got in the way. I think Jim, you're a busy guy, and I think like when we first met, I think you've made progress, and I think like, and I kind of wrote the email before, but I remember when you first came to me, you're just like, there's the more of this, like, I want to build this online presence of some level. I don't know if that was the case, maybe you can add to it. And I think like you saw like the Facebook group method and really like starting to just to me, like whenever you join a coaching program, it's like I'm making a decision to move forward in this chapter. That's kind of how I see it, and I think, and you
Absolutely.
can correct me, you made a decision that I'm going to learn Facebook. I'm going to put in more effort, more time, more energy. Is it going to be perfect? It doesn't matter. But I'm right. I'm going to make I'm going to make a decision, a commitment to move forward. And so fast forward, it's cool seeing you like, even though like, and to put things into perspective for everyone, Jim is a serial entrepreneur. Would that be a good word to use?
Yes.
I think I need to define what a serial entrepreneur is. He doesn't eat a lot of cereal. Serial entrepreneur means will pursue a new business idea, launch a business, make it success, and move on to the next venture. Does that sound like you, Jim?
That's about right.
So we could say he's a serial entrepreneur, and and um and yeah, and so fast forward to today, it's like, the fact that you've been able to build some momentum in other Facebook groups, the fact that people were able to reach out to you while building these other businesses, and I see the commitment in your eyes. You're like, I want to keep growing, and so I'm super excited to do this. So Jim, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you today?
I'm amazing. It is a great Tuesday.
So any words you want to say on my little intro over there?
No, I think you nailed it pretty hard. When I found you, I wasn't really ready to start coaching, even though I've wanted to coach for about 18 years now. It was just I believed in what you guys were showing me, and the little bit I did it worked really well, and I backed off because I wasn't prepared to fulfill my end of it as a great coach.
Mm,
So my journey's been a long time with you. I mean, gosh, we're around in a
yeah,
year plus,
yeah.
and it's all on me because I wasn't ready. But now I am. I've made those businesses as a serial entrepreneur successful now, and they're running without me. So now I'm able to give the time that I need to give to this because I don't believe that I can be a coach and only give 1 or 2 hours a week and be a great coach. So
So I want to ask you this. Why? So I really want to tap into this. So why coaching? And what do you mean 18 years? Give me more on that. Like, give me why, like, there's this passion, like, you're making money, in these other businesses, but I feel like there's this thing within you of like the coaching, is like this dream that you've had. And so talk to me.
um, I guess I just don't know how to make a bigger impact by myself than teaching other people how to do what I'm doing and have them do it well. Because what I've done forever is I started off about 20 years ago. My first real business was I started fix and flipping homes. And I
Yeah.
do entry level homes and I really help first time buyers get into those homes. So there's kind of a passion beyond it, beyond just making lots of money. Because I did upper end homes and I hated it. I made a lot more money, but just the gratification at the end of the day wasn't as good. So
Yeah.
even with my coaching process with you, I've kind of shifted my focus from teaching people how to do the fix and flips that I do to teaching people how to run group homes. Because at the end of the day, that coaching is going to give me the biggest impact because every single person I help, if they're running the model that I have, will take anywhere between 6 and 10 people off of the streets. So it's a pretty big
Well,
passion.
why coaching? Why coaching, man? Dude, like, you don't need to coach. You know what I
Um,
mean? Like, why
it
coaching?
allows
Tell me.
me,
Like
yeah,
I feel like you have to be called to coach. Like, I feel like
I
there's a lot of
agree.
people out there like, dude, I'm making money. I don't need, what you want me, what I gotta go train and teach people. Like, we're good, you know?
I enjoy training and teaching people. Um,
Why? Why?
Just the fulfillment of watching people succeed at something cool, especially when they follow the models and the systems, because that's the easy path to success.
And like, did you know this when you were younger? I guess I'm trying to tap into like this, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people in your shoes, man. I don't got a coach. I don't got to like do this another thing.
Yeah, but I
Like,
mean,
well,
when I
sorry,
first
let me
wanted
just
to coach,
ask this. Was there like an impact? Someone impacted you at a young age? Did you have a coach? Like, I guess I'm trying to like uncover where did this come from?
I've hired lots of coaches over the years.
Got it.
As a youth, I didn't have too many coaches. I was, you know, it gets into that. That's kind of getting into the deeper touch of like the sober living that I run. Just I am a child of drug addiction, so
Wow.
I had parents that were in a different place. So like
Wow.
that's where these other passions come from. But like the coaching aspect of it, it's just I feel like it's the biggest way that I know how to give back.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
as you can help people and teach people how to do these amazing things, their impact grows, and then by proxy, my impact grows. So
Yeah.
I guess it is a little selfish because I want to have a big impact, and I feel like the
Yeah.
biggest way for me to have a big impact is by teaching other people how to do what I'm doing and them do it well.
Have you ever spoken on stage before? Like very like tell me Jim's like, yeah, tell me.
Yes, it started uh, about 18 years ago after fix and flipping because I dig in pretty deep to everything I do, and I was having great success, and I was young back then.
Yeah.
So I got to go to quite a few things to talk about the fix and flipping, and I helped a lot of people with that. And then when
Yeah.
the market shifted in 2007, 2008, I taught people how to list bank-owned homes because that was the new real estate market of the time, and I was a little bit ahead of that. So I got to coach a lot and teach. I traveled around a little bit and talked about that. It was pretty cool.
Love that, Jim. Well, listen, I have a list of questions, but this is more of like a back and forth. So whenever you want to, jump in and add, man.
Absolutely.
So I'll kind of ask the questions that I like to ask like for an interview, but I like to say because I really want to talk about the success and I really want to talk about, like I think what you did well was like I want to hear like what specifically like impacted and what like what were some of the major impacts that you've had from myself, from Devin, from what you've experienced? And then I also want to hear like the success of like not success, but like you building authority in a group. And I think like what you did there. And then finally like enrolling these clients and maybe like how that kind of happened and maybe what you learned from us. So that's kind of like where I'm going, and then anything else you want to add to it. So if you want to add to that, let's do it. But I can ask some questions.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I would say that yeah, so first off, what was the biggest problem you had prior to joining the program?
Um, I just wanted to go right to online marketing, and and, and
Mm,
I had zero authority as just an online marketer because I, I wasn't a coach, so I
mm,
didn't have paid students that I could be like, look what I have done. So the authority was a big thing, and I was really wasting a lot of money with marketing.
got it. Marketing how though? Like tell me how.
Just running ads, just running basic hook line, hook story offer ads. Just, hey, you want to learn how to do what I'm doing? And then they're
Yeah.
like, who in the heck are you?
Yeah. There's like
So
there's like no authority and credibility.
there was zero.
Yeah, Jim, I don't know what you're doing on Friday. And anyone who is listening, you should come see my masterclass on Friday because what I do is I do like almost like a weekly webinar. And it's funny because we're running ads to it right now. Do you see my ads? Have you ever seen my
I
ads
do
that are
see your
running?
ad. Yeah.
Yeah. So look good. Now they're working good. I go, please show up to all my Facebook group members. And it's funny because so we just did a master class. So basically, like I think I was telling you this before, we do like a weekly, almost like a weekly webinar, and at the end of the webinar, we don't sell a book call. We sell come to our workshop for $97. And so
Yeah.
I'm doing a workshop this month on the 24th, and um, and it's funny because we had people buy tickets last Friday, and the people that bought the ticket were everyone who was in my Facebook group. And it was funny because everyone, um, all the ads didn't buy a ticket, even though it's $97. But the
Yep.
people who came from my Facebook group first ended up buying a ticket. And and so this is for anyone listening, whether you're watching on live or the replay, really, and you can add to this, Jim, it's the organic piece. It's the virtually, I don't know you, I don't fully trust you yet, but when I see you and I see you in your little group and you see me coming on live, I wouldn't be surprised if we have people who have opted into my master class. I know there's some people who opt into my master class and they're watching this live before they come out on Friday. It's
Gotcha. Yeah.
it's making Jim start thinking now. But I don't know if you want to add to that, but that's really one of the biggest things, especially in the realm of coaching.
Oh, without a doubt. I've only brought in 2 clients right now, but I've only really been focused on this for less than 60 days. And my personal group is only up to 13 people, but I've gotten 2 and they were absolute laydowns because what I do is I follow exactly what you guys talk about. I went into other groups that are similar to mine. I started talking, I started commenting on things. I do about 100 minutes a day of commenting and things like that on other groups and just adding value because because what I'm teaching now is I'm teaching people how to open a group home in 30 days or less. So I'm going into group home.
So give us, because we might do a whole marketing class right now. So give me this idea of group homes. Not that I want to tweak it, but like group homes. So tell us about this group home. Then we're gonna go back to talking about how amazing me and Devin are. So let's talk about group homes first.
Perfect.
So tell us, what is this group home, sober living homes? Give us a rough idea, and then give us your background of how you even got into it.
Cool. So breaking down just a rough idea of what group homes are, there's many different levels of group homes. The basic part of a group home is just any home where multiple people live that are non-family members.
Yes.
And then that can be broken down to like a retirement home. So like elderly people can live there and then they could need no care and be independent, or they could need 24/7 care and completely be cared for. And then you can have like kids that are aging out of the foster care system. You can have just straight like around colleges. It's just affordable housing where like I have a house that's got 4 bedrooms. I'm going to rent it to 4 different people.
Yeah.
And then, what I run recovery/sober living homes. And that is for people that are coming out of rehab and getting off of drugs. So they have a nice, clean environment that's supportive to them recovering.
So my question, So my question to you is, how did you get into it? So obviously, like, we don't have to talk about your background with your parents. I didn't know that. But when did you, that'll be on the second part. But when did you when did you open up your first group living home?
I opened up my first group living home a little over 2 years ago now.
Wow.
And then what really pushed me into that was I was a real estate investor for the past 20 plus years, started as a fix, started doing rentals. And then when COVID hit, it tweaked my whole perspective because I am 100% in on real estate as my retirement. That is all I have. I don't have a 401k. I don't have a single stock. I own a buttload of real estate. And when I was told by people that lived in those homes that I'm not paying you, and when I gave them options, I can do this, I can work with you. And they just said, oh, no. I don't have to pay you.
So what state is this in? What state is
Washington State.
Okay, wow.
But COVID restrictions were really, really gnarly here in the States. Like
for sure.
we couldn't evict people.
Oh,
like
Canada is, I would say Canada's probably worse. Like there are some states that you guys have in the US where you can kick someone out in 30 days.
Oh yeah.
Right. We have tenants. So I have my own rental.
Okay.
So hopefully they're not watching
You
this.
feel that,
My
you feel that
Facebook
potential
group.
pain. And
I got that one door, man. If I
yeah. Well, my mortgage companies didn't tell me that I didn't have to pay. They were going to and then just the repairs. And here in Washington, to evict somebody, it's about $5,000. So to go through the process, because you got to get an attorney and go to court. And
how long does it take? Sorry, this is yeah, go ahead.
Here it's about 90 days here because you got to roll through the whole process. And then by the time you give them the opportunity to pay and these things and like.
So can I ask you, this is more selfishly now we're going to have a quick little real estate talk.
Perfect.
Not that I'm putting this out into the universe, but what happens to the tenants? Let's say that both tenants, right? So I don't know what homes you're renting, but mine, like the home that the rental income for my home is pretty high. It's like close to 4 a month.
Oh, wow.
And different mortgages over here. And so my question goes, so these two people, they have a great income. If something does something happen to their credit if they stop paying? Like, does something happen to the tenants? Do they go on a board after, or like don't rent
Um,
to these people? Or I don't know if that's legal. I'm just curious.
well, during COVID, no, that was the problem is outside of
Wow.
COVID, I can report them to credit. It's a pain. And honestly, I normally don't even waste my time doing it as much as I probably should for the next guy. But like
Wow.
for me, it's just a bit of time and
So
money.
they can get away with that, and the next person would have no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Well, during COVID, especially. So, like I said, they removed, you weren't allowed to report them to credit. So, and
Wow.
yeah. And then you had to
Wow.
make a reasonable repayment plan, but there were no guidelines to what's reasonable. If
Got
reasonable
it.
was $2 a month, well,
Yeah.
then that was reasonable to them. So
Yeah. I deferred my mortgage payments for 6 months during COVID. I don't know if was that a thing in the
it
US
was a
as well?
it was a thing here, but I know for me as an investor, if you defer mortgage payments, it is a negative mark on you. Um,
Is
you
it?
know,
Really?
at least for me here and with like the lenders that I use, because they looked at you during that,
Oh,
oh, why were you not able to pay your mortgage payments? Even though they don't care that my tenants weren't there. They want to know that I'm going to pay them whether my tenants are paying it or not. So, uh,
my goodness. Remember,
oh, it
number
was,
one rule, never rely on one door. Okay. Jim, just to get us, how many doors does Jim overlook? Let's just get us all. Let's just inspire some people here, Jim.
well, I've narrowed it down because I've been building bigger places, but I've got about
Okay,
30 right
got it.
now. So,
That's unbelievable. I remember I went to a conference this year. I got 150 doors. I got 360 doors. I got 787 doors. And you're just like, wow, that's
oh yeah.
wild.
Oh, but back to what I was saying with it was that was my retirement. So I actually thought about just selling everything and going a different route. I wasn't even sure what I was going to do because I'm pretty late in life to be restarting my whole investment career.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I found an ad from a coach that was talking about group homes, and
Wow.
it made sense. I bought the coaching program, and it was just a digital one, so it was just uh,
Course.
a course. Yeah, a course. So,
Nice.
and they didn't. I don't even know if they offered actually coaching at the time because I'm a big fan of coaching.
Yeah.
But I got the course and I started going down that path, and that's where I'm at now. I had 12 houses rolling in sober living within the first like 8 months, and just I haven't looked back.
Wow. And so those, because the government paid, right? Like is that how it
Well,
works or no?
now we're getting into the fun stuff of it.
No, I'm getting
Yes,
interested because I've
my
seen I've seen this one guy on TikTok. He's talking about Section 8. Is it Section 8 housing?
mhm.
Is it similar to that or is it different?
It's what I'm doing is very different, but Section 8 housing actually just switched their rules to where now they will pay for the group home model as well. They didn't used to pay for
Wow.
shared housing, but because this is such a prevalent thing, we have such a housing shortage here in the States.
All right,
Like, I
Jim.
mean,
All right, Jim, give us a pitch, man. Sorry. Now this is supposed to be about Jim and his success. Well, we're doing a weave, as some people may call it. We're doing the weave. And so we'll come back to this. So Jim,
okay.
let's say I want to maybe we might get you maybe we might get you a client from this thing. Um so um just brass tacks.
Yeah.
I want to open up a group home. Tell me dollar figure that I need to put down, and tell me just a quick how long that will take us. So
And
Jim, let's
dollar,
say let's say I'm the client, I'm the customer, I'm the potential and person that wants to start a group home. Give me the pitch. Give me really quick. So let's say I buy your coaching program, done. Give me the quick 30-day overview. Go ahead. How much money do I need? Just yeah, go ahead.
that's going to come down to whether you're renting or purchasing your home, which, it kind of depends. If you're in a position to purchase, I always recommend people purchase because then you're building your long-term wealth, not somebody else's. But
Got
if
it.
you're going to do rental, you can do this for as little as about $5,000 out of pocket because you're going to have to come up with deposits for the house.
So
So
5,000 a month
no,
for
no,
okay.
no.
Oh,
5,000 out of, and are you talking for the coaching or for running your home?
no, I'm talking about the group home. So I bought
Okay.
Jim's coaching already. Jim's now
Okay,
coaching me.
perfect.
So
Your
I've paid Jim his coaching fee. Give me the blueprint. How much money do I need? Do I need credit? Like, give me where are the barriers? Tell me.
Yep. Well, and those all can be barriers, but they're all workaround barriers as well. But the 5 grand is going to be the hard one to get over. You need about that. Your area is going to dictate, because some areas you can rent a house for $400 a month. Some areas it's $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
So it is going to dictate. If you're in Beverly Hills, California, you're not going to go rent a $500 a month house. So you're going to need
Yeah.
20, 30 grand in that area, but it's all relative.
So
On
I get a
on
group
your-
home, and then does someone market the group home? Like, what do I
Yep.
do?
Well, I push people on really, there's 3 major steps to it. It's going to be your niche selection. You need to know what core group you're going to go after. It's going to be your network and your marketing. It's getting people to feed you leads and knowing how to attract your own leads. And then it's going to be the housing, whether you're renting or
Got it.
buying. And those are the 3 key components.
So who is paying for this group home? Like, how's the operation look like?
Well, for the ones that I run, I actually get paid by nonprofits and the government and the state.
Wow.
Almost all of my people are covered, and I've had some people that have been with me for almost 2 years, and they've had paid
Wow.
for those whole 2 years. So
Wow. And so the government's paying you, or the government's paying them and then they pay you?
the way a lot of these work is when for the sober living specifically, when these guys come out of these rehab programs, they get the opportunity to apply for funding to live
Wow.
in sober living homes, because you have like a 90% higher chance of recovery if you go into a sober living home your first 90 days out of rehab.
So what is your, sorry, I hate to just talk numbers.
Yeah.
So roughly on average, what is the profit? Like, what is a good profit margin? And then what is a bad I guess I don't really care about bad profit margins.
Well, I actually have a spreadsheet I could show you if you want to see it. If you want to see real
I'm telling you, people are listening. Jim, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to get a client from here.
So like, I'll
By
just
the
give you
way, Jim, by the way, this is what you got to be doing between me and you.
Yeah.
If I didn't audit your situation, this is the shit. Sorry, Jim. Go ahead. Before I'm going on a tangent.
I'll just break those down. I have a brand new house that we actually are just closing on this upcoming week, and it's going to be a 5-bedroom home.
Yeah.
So just the nuts and bolts of it are, I'm going to put 10 people in that home, because I put 2 people per bedroom. So I'll be getting $700 a person. So it'll be bringing in $7,000 a month. My payment on that home is going to be $2,700 with taxes and insurance. I'm about $3,200 a month and some change into it. If I rented it just as a regular residential rental, I'd make $212 a month. I make just shy of $3,000 a month doing it as a group home.
As a profit.
As a profit. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
So I take a single family
And
home
then
at $200 a
so-
month, and I make $3,000.
so profit margin is $3,000 a month roughly.
Yeah.
And then profit margin is $3,000 a month. And then you have a home. And so it's almost like tenants.
Yes, but there's even more beautiful stuff about this is that,
Oh, Jim, we
never
might
attended-
have to open some group homes in Canada.
well, if you guys run off the same rules, they're pretty impressive, because I can evict people within 15 minutes of these homes. If they break the rules, they can be put out within 15 minutes. And like if somebody does drugs, because we do random drug testing and things like that.
So do you have an operator and a manager?
I do. I put about 3 hours a week into my group homes. So,
So
I
manage them.
no. I look at the top line numbers. They bring me my
Okay.
vacancy rates
So do you have someone who is managing the home?
yes, I have a
And what
team
do
of 3
3 people, really? And then
because I have multiple homes though.
so the
but-
3 people look over the multiple homes?
One is my operations manager, and what she does is she keeps all the homes filled. She networks and markets. She talks to all the different counselors. She intakes the guys. She deals with a lot of stuff. I actually have grant money as well. So there's a lot of reporting that needs to be done with grant money.
Wow.
And then I have 2 guys that go around and they do my house checks. So they make sure the house is
Wow.
in good condition, that the heats are staying down, that the ACs are staying down, because I pay utilities. So like they help control all my costs.
So what does one tenant, I hate to use the word tenant, but what does one individual pay? Like, what does the government pay? Like, one individual?
Right now, and in my area, they pay $700 a bed. In some
Okay.
areas like California, they'll pay up to $1,200 a bed.
And how many beds you usually have in a home?
2 per room. So 5-bedroom home, 10 beds.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So a 3-bedroom home, you can get 6 in there.
But the hardest part is getting the property.
Uh, it, it is, yes. I would say that's the biggest barrier for most people, but you can rent. And once you know the scripts, how to get rented and how to get landlords to rent to you, because investors like me love renting to people like this when we understand this model.
Yeah.
Because you always get paid as the landlord, and that's the biggest thing. You want to get paid.
Yeah. Wow. And so the government's paying you, or the government's paying them, and then they're paying you.
The government pays me directly. I get direct funding.
Wow.
Yep. So all the checks
How
come.
long? How long? Sorry, and I'm gonna ask you the next question. How long does that take?
Um, I normally am paid before their first
Sorry, how long does a grant take, or how long does it? We're like you get approved. Like, how long does that take? 3 days.
oh for, oh probably not even. They come to me approved. So
So where does she find them?
through rehab centers, through just a lot of networking and things as well. Like a lot
Got
of
it.
our guys go out as also, and our guys talk good about our homes because we keep our homes really nice. Uh, like we have reports that we have guys that we have to do, so we have them come in and we give them gift cards and things like that. We buy pizza,
Woo!
and so like,
Jim,
yep.
and you got 12?
Right now, and I've got 3, 6, 7, 8. I've got 12 more. I'm getting ready to open too. So
Oh my God,
yeah. No,
Jim.
we're blowing up
I'm
because
excited, man. We're gonna have a great chat on Thursday then, if that's the case. This like, I love the fact that I love the fact that you're in growth mode, man. I think you know, I think it's like you got a great story. Jim, let me ask you this. When was the last time you told your story like this?
um you know what? I've been doing a lot of webinars lately, so I've been working on my
Okay,
story.
good. Because I was gonna say, but in a group like this, or yeah,
No,
there's some people on
I
live right now.
actually haven't yet.
Dude,
I'm just
I
just getting
know.
ready to launch.
Well,
So
I can hear that I can hear that you have your story down, but it's very cool because it's this is you have a very interesting story that I feel like needs people need to hear it. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Very cool. Awesome. Okay, so let's kind of go back. If you guys are loving this, I see you on live. Very cool. Come say what up in the comment section below. And if you're inspired, Jim's about to have 2,800 group homes in the next 6 months. Show him some love. So Jim, let's kind of talk about. So what did you like? What were some of the memorable aspects working with me, working with Devin? Like, what are some things that you're like, yeah, this is this thing. Kind of give me some things that have, yeah, just you can think of top of your head.
understanding the going into the groups, I never got that. It didn't make sense to me at first, and I never would have done it on my own. But that actually probably took me the longest to want to engage in groups. I don't do a lot of social media stuff like that. But once I started time blocking it, it changed everything. Because once I started inviting people to my group, they're like, oh man, I saw your comment. I saw this. I saw your video. Because I started putting videos in there of what I'm doing, because it's people trying to do the group home stuff. So I have relevant stuff. I kind of just started taking them on my journey, even in other people's groups, because they appreciated it as well. And it built that know, like, trust. They saw me, I offered them something, and like I
Yeah,
said, the two people that came to me just said, hey, how do I hire you?
yeah.
Those
Tell
those were
me,
those were the messages I got.
that's
So
that's what we do here at NYC.
absolutely.
My question to you is now when it came to, okay, so now you have these people reaching out to you, and you have now these people so did these people come to your group first and then they became a client, or did they just like message you like, okay,
They,
so
they I didn't
go ahead.
invite them to my group, and
Yeah,
then they just messaged me because
got it.
I actually
Love it.
didn't have an offer on my group.
Love
So
it.
they just
Love it.
offered me, how do I hire you?
Love it.
So
Love it. Love it. So you can see everyone what Jim's doing is going to other Facebook groups, but what Jim has is a great story. Like, hey, I just like Jim, like when I hear this, Jim, I should be able to go into this group and you're milking this. Like you should be like, just bought my 13th group home. If I don't see a picture of you saying I just bought my 13th group home, I'm gonna be livid. I'm kidding. But right, I need to be like, hey, let me break down some of the numbers. This home pays me 7,000 a month. Let me tell you exactly what I did. Like if I go into this group and I don't see that, I'm calling Santa Claus over here. And so Okay, so that's one because the story you have is so bloody rare. It's unbelievable. Number one. Number two, um, I would say that I would say that let's talk about now you signing up these clients. Did you follow our one pager process where you kind of had it broken down to Google Doc and you kind of showed them like how did you do it?
I sent them a payment link. It's just, you know what? I kind of just read my crowd with it because they
But
didn't
did you
need.
have a doc or did you just like
I
say
did
this is
know.
what I do?
Oh, actually, you know what? Devin, I can't
Yeah, okay,
express.
but that's what I mean.
Devin
So so
Devin
you
has carried me
so you
across.
had our you had our doc that you kind of followed. Okay, I was gonna
Yes.
say. I was
Oh,
gonna
absolutely. No,
okay.
I followed your process, but they didn't want to get deep into anything other than the payment link. So like I sent
Wow.
and I sent them everything after, but they just
Well,
I
for
built
a
I built
thousand
that
bucks, they're
authority.
like, I'm getting a steal right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I built that authority being in the groups like you guys are telling me to do. It's just yeah, there's I don't know how else to do it other than having an illustrious career that you can lean into. But to be able to start this and get into those groups and have these people that you're starting to hit absolutely already know
Yeah.
you, like you, and trust you, it's just like
Yeah.
it, it's the secret
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah. Tell me how coaching these clients went for you. Because these are your first batch of coaching clients, right?
Yeah.
So how'd that go? So it's cool. That's you've unlocked that code. You've unlocked the ability to get a coaching client. So tell me, how'd that go for you? Like just coaching them, what was the experience with them and things of that nature?
Well, it's been nice because I've had the time, which has been awesome.
Yeah.
It's been good. We're still just new in it. So I mean, we're not like 6 months into this or anything. And it's been good though, because I do everything group. So it's a small group and we get really into the networks of it. It's like I got to sit there with both of them and go through niche
So
selection.
so you follow our group coaching model too, where it's in a
Oh,
group
there's
setting.
no other model to follow. I don't, in 2 years, somebody won't be able to afford to pay me enough to have one-on-one coaching
Yeah,
because the
you
value
got
to
it.
one to many,
You
it's
got it.
just too big.
You got
So
it. You got it. You got it. Very cool. Got you. So, okay. So you followed the one pager, authority in other groups, and it's awesome. So now you got this webinar. Tell me about this webinar that you kind of been practicing and give me a rough idea.
well, I just am 5 days into my first campaign with it, and I'm running ClickFunnels, and I'm running them as ads, and I'm just kind of, you know, targeting my people from group homes and just talking about my 3 secrets to rapid group home success.
So now you're following our webinar model of doing the three secrets. So tell us
Absolutely.
about building out Jim. What a student he is, man. Okay. What a student. Everyone should want a Jim in their program. So building out that three secrets webinar, did you look at my webinar and kind of model it? So,
Well,
okay.
absolutely. And the
What did
first
you
round,
like from it? What did you like from it? And what did you tweak from it? Like, give me a rough idea.
um, I mean, I think the biggest thing I tweak from it is just the platform that I'm presenting it on. I mean, other than that, it's pretty much just following the
How
formula.
did you like my webinar? Like, how did you like following it? And tell me.
No, I liked it. It made it really easy for me. And then,
Yeah,
you know,
dude,
and I'm
that's
not here to overplug the tool that I've been using, but that helped take that format and put it right into a simple
got it.
deliver.
Got it.
So,
Got it. No, well, first off, I mean, a three secrets webinar is you share your story, you kind of break it down. And so,
yep. Oh, and I
so
just followed the script. Like,
love that. Yeah, I can't wait to see it more. But that's super cool. Yeah, Jim. I mean, listen, I always ask this question of like, you know, for anyone that's kind of. By the way, if you guys have questions for Jim, I see you guys on live. You know, please ask away. You know, Jim is a great inspiration of someone who kind of took our blueprint. You know what I love about Jim is there's a side of him that's very independent, but then he also is a great student at the same time, and he follows almost like the roadmap, which is awesome. Um, um, and so yeah, I guess the question, Jim, is for anyone who's on the fence who wants to work with us, thinking about it, thinking about even buying a workshop ticket, whatever the case is, what words would you have for them?
they need to jump on it. You got to jump in and do it and follow the process and trust it. But you got to do that. Once you start trying to make your own tweaks is where it's where I've always lost. So, but once I follow that process, I've had really, really rapid success.
Yeah,
So
love that. Any last words? Any last words? I know you're a busy man. I appreciate you. Any last words, man?
Um, with it, I think you said it in the beginning, but I say it all the time as well. It's about that imperfect action. You got to jump in there and you got to fumble through it a few times, not understand what you're doing a little bit, but just if you keep taking that action, it does keep moving you forward.
What's your ad spend today right now?
Today, well, I started really small. Well, small,
What?
small. I'm doing $500 a week. So
Yeah.
it,
So you're doing about what, $75 a day right now?
right
that-
about that. And
Yeah.
this is data. These because this is my first week I'm in and I'm 5 days in it.
Is
So
someone running the ads for you right now? Someone running the
Yeah.
ads for you? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend you just run them on your own.
No, he's doing all my stuff. I've got a VA that I'm recording videos and I'm just throwing them into my Dropbox. They're editing them and they're dealing with everything from there.
Yeah,
So
I would love to see what is the software that you have everything on right now?
what I'm running all of my ads through is ClickFunnels.
Okay. ClickFunnels. Got it.
Yeah.
And then what is your email? Do you have an email campaign or a text campaign?
I'm building that because I have no email addresses or texts. So what we're doing is I'm capturing all that in my ads. So I do have a 5 series right now, a 5 sequence series, and I've got a downsell. I've actually got 2 downsells. So because I'm doing the same thing, I'm selling my coaching, and then I'm selling my what'd you call it, a program?
The beta program,
No, the one like I bought where it's just an online course.
yeah,
It's
like
it's
just like a membership area, just like a mini course
Yeah,
or whatever.
just a pre-recorded thing, and then I'm selling just my documents. So I've got 2 downsells.
Wow, very cool.
And I also listen to you guys too. Was talk to Devin quite a bit about school. I'm running my course through my school group because
Super cool.
the deliverables in the course are getting done through there. Super
Wow.
simple. Yeah, if
School's
you're at
awesome.
school, you guys need to get one of their links and get in school.
Yeah. Super cool. Yeah, Jim, listen, I appreciate it. I know we chat on Thursday. I would love to get ready to kind of show me all the stuff. I'm excited to see it all.
Well, I'm excited to see what you've got to talk to me about. So
Good. Jim, appreciate it, guys. Show Jim some love down below. Shout out. I love when I hear our NYC students kicking butt, moving forward. I don't take credit because at the end of the day, it's Jim is the one who's putting in the midnight oil and making things happen. But I'm honored to just be a part of his journey. And if it's a few tweaks, amazing. And so, Jim, appreciate you and
thank you.
keep kicking butt. Bye.
Bye.